Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Sincerely KSO. If you're just coming in, we're watching The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and this is the second part. I had to take a break, refresh myself, and then come back to it. So before you start this reaction, please make sure you've watched part one of my reaction, and this is the second part. All right, let's get into it. Nothing much to say, although I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm loving it. Amazing, 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 amazing. All right. She survived. Survived.
Where's the rest?
This is all we can say, Melania.
Oh, she's gonna look for Aragorn.
We have paid for it with many lives.
Where is he?
I'm not going to be sad. This sad song is not going to make me get emotional.
Saruman's arm will have grown long indeed if he thinks
It's outer wall is solid rock, but for a small culvert.
In that gutter thing,
Helm's
this is pushing the fire back.
tens of thousands.
But my lord, there is...
You're not really.
Leave none alive!
Look at what you did to look at what he did to his people. He's so it's not these days and wheels. He no longer cares for growing things. Aragorn, I knew it. You can't die. You can't. Don't even let my heart shake. Like, yes, girl. Or was he dead and he woke up? Either way, he's awake. Yes, you must be. You are very important. Oh, Lord.
If Aragorn survives this war, you'll have to taste the bitterness of mortality. And there will be no comfort for you. An image of the splendor of the kings of men in glory. In darkness and in doubt. Trees.
But you must have thought about that.
There is nothing for you here.
Sauron will use his puppet Saruman has been unleashed. But Frodo begins to understand.
She's somewhere else and she's talking to him. Yes.
The young captain of Gondor has but to extend his hand. The time of the elves is over.
Our scouts report Saruman has attacked Rohan. Theoden's people are also on the move. Sauron is marshalling an army.
Who's covering the river to the north?
We pulled 500 men out of Osgiliath.
Thud. Sauron from
Isn't
Mordor.
that?
He knows now we do not have the strength to repel him.
So what do we do?
My men tell me that you are orc spies.
Spies!
Say we're friends of Gondor. Don't say. You don't
Speak.
know.
Frodo Baggins is my name, and this is Samwise Gamgee.
Your favorite of his
There was no other.
Gollum that he's talking about. He doesn't know
Dwarf there was
Gandalf
also
is
an elf.
alive.
And two men. Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and Boromir of Gondor.
Boromir of Gondor. Oh!
Friend of Boromir?
Don't tell me that's Boromir's brother. The Gondor of Gormir that they killed, my guy.
Leave you then.
If something has happened to Boromir, we would have you tell us.
Who is my brother?
Oh.
And so it shall be once more! Of Mordor know this. Never again! Of Osgiliath has been reclaimed!
Good speech. Nice and short.
Leaves more time for drinking. Remember today, little brother?
Oh. Why does he not like his father? Oh.
Were you not entrusted to protect it? Always you cast a poor reflection on me.
He loves you, father.
Do not trouble me with Faramir. He will not say why, but I have guessed its purpose. And it has fallen into the hands of the elves. Everyone.
See?
Gondor.
It's dangerous, I know. It is our blood which is being spilled. And when he does, we will be powerless to stop him.
My place is here with my people, not in Rivendell.
A chance for Faramir, captain of Gondor, to show his quality.
Oh, you were the one who sent him to his death. And that was the last you saw of him.
Captain Faramir.
Noble in wealth, but not character. I don't know, they all thought it would help them. You want to kill
Wait for my command.
Capture fish so juicy sweet.
He's eating the fish.
Please, let me go down to him. Master is here. Smeagol, you must trust Master. Don't hurt him! Smeagol, listen to me!
Master!
Oh, just easy. They're beating him up.
Answer me.
The thing is back. The split personality is back. They
Betrayed us. No, it's precious.
They've brought it back into him. Thing that he conquered. Someone who experienced trauma.
The ring's taking me, son.
And a host of men at my call. Captain of Gondor.
No! He's got to destroy it. That's where we're going.
Captain.
No. Oh, the girl's gonna be so happy to see you.
Where is he? Get out of the way! I'm gonna kill him! First man I ever knew.
Well, he almost died. Thank you so much. All right, Aragon.
Great host, you say?
All Isengard is emptied.
How many?
Tens of
10,000
thousands.
strong at least.
Yes, yes, yes.
A man and strong lad, able to bear arms, to be ready. We will cover the causeway and the gate from above.
Their armor is thick and their
Not like this.
I know how to defend my own keep.
And you don't have to be rude to him just because the minds of his people were broken. That's rude. That's shade. I don't like that.
hordes will pillage.
I don't like that. Let me pause. Let me defend Gimli. I'm sorry. Don't talk to Gimli like that. Let's just get something straight here. Because you, what is your name? Theoden, King of Rohan? You are the gullible one who had your right-hand man, Rima, that found a way to possess you. God knows what you were doing all that time you were king. Let's read this Rima, this Theoden. Let's get it straight. God knows what you were doing that gave Rima the access to get into you. You trusted the wrong person, probably ate the wrong fruit, and then before we know it, Sauron possessed you. With your nails growing as claws, you were not big. Your mind could not fight the powers of Sauron. Okay? So now we have our people, our friends who were on their own journey. God, first of all, they brought you your freedom. They brought you your deliverance. So don't ever talk to Gimli like that. That statement he made wasn't an ordinary statement. He said it because he knew the history. Remember in the Fellowship of the Ring when when they went through the mines of Moria. It's in my notes. That's what he was addressing by that statement. I know how to protect my own. Because Gimli, by the time he got back and they got through the doors where they said friend, Melon or Bell, when the doors opened, those were Gimli's people. And it had been deserted. The guy was remember he said he stood that there's a dwarf that still draws breath in Moria. He came back for his people and his people had died. I don't know the story. I don't know what happened. They didn't show us in the Fellowship of the Ring in the first part. For Theoden to say, he is poking, he hit, that is hitting below the belt, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Don't use someone's advice. It's like someone telling you, oh, don't go down this road. This is what will happen. And you're telling the person, when you went down that road, did that thing happen to you? I know I have passed many other roads, so I can survive this. He shouldn't have said that to him. That isn't nice. Don't be cruel. Don't be cruel and don't use someone's past pain. He said that to him. I'm so mad. I'm getting so mad. Because Gimli already, I don't know if he's the last of his kind. I don't want to cry. I'm just mad that he said that to him. And you could see that Gimli felt sort of embarrassed and just, held his axe and just, okay, if you say so. After all, I've lost my own people. That kind of thing. Why say that to him? Why? I don't like people being mean with their words. Like, it's such, and especially when he's there to help you. He's already small and he's strong and he's doing his best, and he's trying to tell you, he's giving his opinion about the situation of things. This King Theoden, he doesn't take advice. That was the same way he addressed Aragorn. Aragorn was telling him something about maybe that they shouldn't leave the city, or something about the city. Remember when he was walking into the barn with Gondor, and Gondor was so mad. I was saying, he's not listening. He's trying to run away. They're still going to come after him. Now I know how to protect my own. You know how to protect your own from what? Wasn't it the half the people that died with the hyenas? It was Legolas' bow that put them down. People should appreciate the I'm taking this personal. Let's go back.
Before. Crops can be resown. Homes rebuilt. Within these walls, we will outlast them.
You would outlast them. Pause. Let me just get it out of my chest. You would outlast them. Back to the pausing. You when we were watching it, and then everyone was settling down, because there's no space in the inner city. You can see it's flooded with people who have been displaced. They've all been displaced. We saw something like a tunnel in the water. Have they locked that place? I'm sure the orcs are going to find a way through that water. Everybody's focused. The wall is strong. The wall is big. It takes a little thing. That thing is a hole. It's an entrance, isn't it? Isn't that water flowing to the outside? Please, let's go back, because I'm already so sensitive. It's okay. Play.
That's it.
This is no rabble of mindless orcs.
I have fought many wars, Master Dwarf. Saruman's
Water
hordes will
on
pillage
rock.
and burn. Within these walls, we will outlast them.
They do not come to destroy Rohan's crops or villages. They come to destroy his people, down to the last child.
The courage hangs by a thread.
Okay.
Send out riders, my lord.
To where?
The old alliances are dead. Where was Gondor when our enemies closed in around us?
No time to lay provisions for a siege. There is no time.
The Ents have not troubled about the war.
Mr. Tree.
But now something is about to happen that has not happened. Mentmut.
The gathering.
He called himself, he said, I'm not just a tree. He called himself. The trees too want to go to war. Yay! Yeah, that's why Saruman was using it. He knew that there was light.
I'm to be sent with the women into the caves. What renown is there in that? Let me stand at your side.
No.
It's not in my power to.
Because they love you.
Girl!
I'm sorry.
What are you saying? Stop it. They love you. Girl, stop. I would encourage this relationship 110%. She turned away from the crowd and went back. What happened? And he's so small. Oh my God. He looks like he's 12 or so. If Aragorn... I don't want to cry.
Farmers, farriers.
Most have seen too many winters.
Or too few.
Too few. They're either too old or too young.
They're frightened.
Pause. I need to just get myself together because I feel like I'm going to cry. Too many winters or too few. Just give me a moment. I feel emotional. Aragorn. Okay, like I was saying, if Aragorn didn't have someone, I would encourage her love for him and the boldness with which she's declaring it, because it truly is beautiful, right? I'm not opposed to girls telling the guy that they like them. But I know that I feel nothing can come from it because he's already yoked to another person and she's waiting. And even though that relationship is still questionable because we don't know how it's going to turn out for them, I still have to, the way my heart works with love stories is that bring an end to the pending love or relationship before you start another one. And the more she is so open with her affection for him, I can see in Aragorn's eyes that there is something forming there. Maybe I'm reading too much into the acting, but he has resisted. He's, resisted, subtly telling her that there is another person, not giving into her advances, but trying to be courteous about it. But she's relentless. It's like, because they love you. That in itself, that was just her telling Aragorn, listen, I'm in love with you. I would rather die by your side in battle. When you tell someone that, how do you want him to go on with this thing? The king, Theoden, I was very aggressive with how he spoke to Gimli, but I understand what he's dealing with. At the end of the day, his people have to fight. They're coming for them. He hasn't had a good experience I don't know what happened in the past, but from what he said to Aragorn, when he pulled him close because he didn't want the people to hear, he said, Gondor will not come. He will not come. So maybe there was something that must have happened, that which I haven't seen in the movie where they called, because I've not seen where they called for help for Gondor and Gondor didn't answer. But I'm thinking back to the alliance in the first part where they said the alliance of men and elves to fight off the Isildur War. So something must have happened then that created this divide between the king of Rohan and the king of Gondor. Remember in the map, Faramir was showing his men. He sort of there was this part, he said that the Helm's Deep, that's where they are right now. That this is where they will be going. So he was trying to showing the battleground arrangement that the men of Saramir, the orcs, and the as Gimli called them, that they're not ordinary orcs, they're Uruk-hai. They're coming in from this direction. This is where they would hit first. But if the Gondor people find a way to get to from the map, I'm using the map, if they find a way to get to Helm's Deep, to give support, you know, to them, an army of 10,000, they can't. These people are just, they can't. They cannot. And seeing what Legolas was saying with Gimli, that too many moons or too less, it talks about age. You know how they said, I've seen 10 moons, and it means it's the time of life that they have experienced. He's saying they're too old. There are no men of their peers, young, and even Aragorn is too many moons too, because he looks very young. Remember that revelation came. I didn't know that he was 87 years old. I thought he was still the same age, a little older than the average young man, maybe 40 years old. That's what I was thinking. But he's far up too. Play.
Then I shall die as one of them.
Oh.
Every villager able to wield.
You're Theoden, the king of Rohan.
Your men, my lord.
Wow. One of them was killed by that animal, that big hyena, right? There were two. The one, stick.
Like wind in the meadow.
Oh. They can barely hold it. The look of the call for help. Sacrifice your pride. Just call. You never know. You never know. You never know. They might come from Gondor.
They must have decided something by now.
We only just finished saying good morning.
What?
Don't be hasty.
They said they just finished saying good morning. You just finished exchanging pleasantries. Sir, please, hurry up, please. God, isn't that boy?
Give me a...
Icing or something. Elsing. How discouraging.
This is a good sword.
And you will live out the night. And you will live out the night. First say to yourself what you shall be, and then be. Oh, the goal is still.
The time I get this adjusted.
That is no Orkhorn.
Over the gate!
Don't tell if your men or women. Oh!
In elves and men.
Is it the war?
We fought, and
I go on.
Hug him! So happy to see you.
You're most welcome.
How many are you? They don't have enough arrows. The barrel isn't full.
Well, lad, have a luck you'll live by it.
Is it raining? Is that a good thing? I wish they could just die. Where is that girl? The one who likes you know? You see when she... Don't make noise, please. Just start firing, don't wait. Don't wait. Oh, the women need to be just in case. Oh! We don't care. Let the war begin. It's already there. Whatever. Okay. It's not like we're retreating. So that first. Can we? Please. More. More. Where's that one's eyes? Woo! Woo! No. Push them back!
I'm on 17!
Stop talking! Who cares? Please, there's 10,000 more. What's the solution? What's the death?
Mary.
To do what? Speak.
Yes?
We have agreed you are not orcs.
Sir.
Well, that's good news.
And what about Saruman?
Now, don't be hasty, Master Meriadoc.
They cannot fight this war on their own.
War? But you must understand, young friend. We never...
What are you saying? Oh my gosh. From the corner, yes. Good.
Is this it?
Quiet. Be quiet. You haven't dealt with half the thing yet. Oh, it's a bomb. Oh, I told you, the tunnel. Take him out. Woo! See, when you talk. In Nigeria, we have a saying. We said, until the fight is finished, the fight is still on. It's just that simple. If you don't understand, it seems like a stupid thing. Until the fight is finished, there is still a fight. Do you understand? There is a difference between a fight that has finished and a fight. Until the fight is finished completely, until there is no fight, there is still fight. It's just that simple. So we say in our culture in Nigeria that don't speak until you are certain, until this thing is completely dead in the ground. Anybody can wake up. Anybody can wake up. Until you put them in the ground completely, they can still resurrect. As far as we're concerned, their spirits are still roaming. The battle just began. 10,000. Yes, you have assistance, but it was not over. And Theoden, the man, I can see the man has issues. He is not a very, I don't know. Some people are just, maybe it's old age. You know, sometimes when you've lived long in your life, you begin to, you know how they say it's usually the young who monitor their, what they eat. Oh, you're exercising, you're doing this because you are young. I'm trying to calm myself down. Sorry, because I'm actually worked up by this war scene and nervous by the explosion and the wall falling apart because all I'm seeing is death at this point. So, you know what they say, old people, when they're older, they don't really care about, you tell them don't have a piece of chocolate, they're like a beg, they're already close to the grave. So in their mind, they just do whatever they eat, whatever. Like my grandmother, when she crossed, after I had two, the one on my father's side kept watching her weight, her diet, eating healthy. It didn't matter that she was 70 years old. She just kept perfection with her food. My grandmother on my mother's side, she was the life. She would have plantain sausages. She was enjoying her life. And she was healthy. Right? She loved her magazines, loved her style. She would take a look at me and she'd be like, I don't like that shade of lipstick. It doesn't look. That was my grandmother on my mother's side. But she would eat anything. She was eating. But fortunately, she never had diabetes. It's just that she was overweight. So her legs hurt a bit. But there was always food in her house. Ready. She would entertain you. When you're coming, she hears you're coming. She's killing a cow. She's killing a goat. She's ready. Party, mommy. Grandma. My mommy's mom, fantastic woman. So when you're young, they say it's the young that monitor what they eat, but it's the old. And I'm applying it to Theoden. So maybe because he's lived so long, so he thinks because he survived several battles, he survived possession, he survived this and that, anything now, he's just, oh, I see the end before it ends. But you wait. This is a war unlike any other. Just a few moments ago, you were leading your people to their grave. All that thing you were doing as if you were bold. You know, you want to bomb. You want to chill with the big boys. You didn't have any power. You had nothing. The elves now have come to help you. Yes, you have a little bit of courage, but still, you are now challenging. Maybe the heir, what he said, took the message to Saruman, and Saruman was like, please go and drop that bomb right now. This guy is getting cocky. Go do it now. Maybe they were saving it for later. And that thing he said set in motion. Now the wall is down. And you can see that orc, the Oroquine, because that's what Gimli said then. That one had been shot. And he threw himself. He was ready. He didn't even care. He was like, no, I don't need to die. I might as well die bringing down this wall. Regardless of, he flew into the explosive. That was why, remember when Rima was coming close to the candle? That was it that Saruman was making. Because I was like, why is Saruman taking the fire? My mind went like, oh, maybe it is something. It was like a black charcoal thing that he threw into something. Remember? And Rima was like, what is that? And Saruman held his hand and pulled it back. If you remember that scene, that was probably what it was. Then they now made the bigger version of, that's it. Just let me decompress. Stand firm where? They've entered. Oh, Gimli jumped into it. There's still one dwarf in Moria. There's still two.
Cannot hold back this storm.
What are you saying?
But you're part of this world. Do something.
They will burn you too. No.
Go back to your home.
There is. If you don't fight, they will come and burn you.
But the Shire.
No.
Maybe we should.
We'll burn.
Exactly. You're not exempt. Can't you see the bigger picture?
There won't be a Shire.
Exactly. You need to fight for everything. He said, Aragorn, fall back to the. Careful, please. Oh. No. Thank you. Stab him back. The king has been stabbed.
As long as you can give me.
Oh, come on. I cannot jump the distance. You'll have to trust me.
We swear. My goodness gracious me. What are we doing with this? What are they doing? No. How do we push this back? We can't. Because I love you. Just... No! Leave me! Pull us up! Keep fighting! Oh, it's too much. This is broken through! Into the key.
Your homeland from there.
Turn around, take us south.
South?
If we go south, we can slip past Saruman unnoticed.
Oh, that doesn't make sense to me.
The closer we are to danger, the farther we are from harm.
you mad?
Look.
What's the logic?
Get somewhere with it. Oh, many of these trees were my friends. Saruman. A wizard should know better.
The wizard should know better. Let them hear. Let them hear. They're coming alive. Absolutely.
With a rock and stone.
You don't wait for the cry of other people before you. Yes, Pippin. Did he know?
Lost.
Woo! Pippin! Good job! But so good that he was able to do that. So good. You don't.
His eye is almost on me.
Tell him Faramir sends a mighty gift.
You want to know why your brother died? He tried. The ring drove your brother mad.
Wake up, wake up. Sam.
They've come. Nice go!
Oh!
Take cover!
Crumbling. It's already crumbling.
You said this fortress would never fall while your men defend it!
Oh, there she is. There is a way.
Is there no other way?
It doesn't matter. Let them try.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
Ride out and meet them.
The horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep.
Let the fell deeds awake.
Now for wrath. For sail engine!
You have to give it to him, whatever it is. Flag. Gondor, help.
Theoden King stands alone.
The nephew. The king's nephew. Oh, I'm tired of crying. Oh, you were cutting down trees like you were. Get off him. How dare you? Pull it down. Tree. Oh, fire! Fire! Shame on you.
Wait, Gondor!
As with Moses.
Hold on, little hobbit!
That tree was like, this is a perfect time to have a stroke. Oh my goodness me.
What are you doing?
Sam, hold him. Hold him, Sam. He's going to the Nansko. Oh. No! You want to kill Sam?
It's your Sam.
It's getting bad. Oh, it's bad. It's getting bad. It's not getting. It's bad.
By rights, we shouldn't even be here. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. How could the world go? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. They kept going.
For the happy ending.
Because they were holding on to something.
The end. The happy ending. It's almost there. You're almost there. Gollum, you see? Help him, your brother.
I think at last.
The laws of your father. If you let them go, your life.
Release them.
His brother, Oromir, will be proud.
Keep away from the tree!
You killed their brothers, you think you're gonna escape? Okay. Okay. Well, Fangorn Forest.
Final count 42.
Because he's got my axe embedded in his nervous system.
Not too happy at all, Mary. Still, establishment. I hear the staff are very good.
World's back to normal. That's all.
No, it isn't.
Only dead rats and mouldy bread.
Isn't that apple? Ew. Don't touch it. It's soaking dirty water. So
Long bottom leaf.
Do you think we should share it with Treebeard?
Share it?
Oh my gosh, the sick relative.
This is the old sewer. Runs right under the river through to the edge of the city. The very highest.
The very
Shire must truly
highest.
be a great realm master. Is that its name?
Meanest moon.
Cannot go that way.
It is the only way.
Don't trust him.
Go, Frodo.
To people. You do them to harm.
Mr. Frodo didn't mean for them rangers to hurt you.
No, there is hard feelings. He's
All our hopes now lie with two little hobbits.
The tales.
absolutely.
Yes, my boy. The most famousest of hobbits. Samwise the Brave. I want to hear more about Sam.
Thank
I
you,
wouldn't
Sam.
have got far without Sam. You shouldn't make fun. I was being serious. So was I.
Samwise the brave. Samwise the loyal.
As Master broke his promise.
He didn't.
Trixie, false. Yes. And we'll be the master. Put out his eyes. Make him crawl. It's too risky. It's too risky. He could let.
You see, Frodo calls him Smeagol. Sam calls him Gollum. Because
Once they're dead. Come on, hobbits. Long ways to
another. Frodo's looking a little better now, you know. He more of himself. I was so scared when I thought he actually wanted to stab Sam. That would have been terrible for him. It's over. Oh my goodness gracious. This was something. I said everything I wanted to say during the course of the film. I just feel a little we lost. We saw that elf that we really liked, that I liked. The one who came to join the battle in the Alliance of Men and Elves, and he said that speech. I was so sad to see him go. I love, for the first time, Pippin really, used his intelligence. I wasn't sure when he was making that speech about, the farther you are away from something, the closer you are. Pippin, what are you saying? What are you saying? Let us know. But I think that knowing that something was destroyed, the trees were destroyed, if he took him in the direction, sometimes people learn by sight. And he knew he could, although Pippin isn't the most intelligent person, I think he could connect the speed of understanding by the way Mr. Treebeard was talking. So he probably thought, let me take him and show him what is happening, because Mary had explained to him. It didn't dawn. As far as Pippin was concerned, the war was away from the Shire. The war was between maybe the Saruman, Gondor. They were all big people, great cities. And the hobbits were in their little village and doing their own happy thing. It never occurred to Pippin that the domination wasn't really between the cities. It was between good and evil. And once evil took over, the whole earth would be taken over. That means the Shire is taking over, Gondor, Rohan, all of them, Isquet, all the people, that whole map that we saw, that Faramir showed us, everything would have been taken over by the eye, by the evil eye, right? So once Mary said, this thing, you're saying that let's go back because we've tried our best. This journey that doesn't want to end. We don't know what's going on. We've tried our best. Let's go back and just enjoy our life and smoke our pipe. His friend was telling him, listen, if these people win, we are all doomed. There isn't, you see that greenery, that thing we enjoy, it's all dust. And it clicked in that moment for Pippin. So Pippin was like, where are we? You're taking us back. Pippin's assignment while he was on treatment was to make sure that the way it clicked for him, it clicked for the trees. Because in a way, the personality of Pippin was almost the personality of the trees. So the trees they're not going to respond to anger. They're not going to respond to Mary, shouting and being upset and reflection. The Pippin needed to show them a picture. And I think that was what he did by saying, let's go back this way. The closer we are from my enemies. That thing was basically rubbish. He was saying the A is equal to A. And the person was like, this thing doesn't make sense. But he was hoping that it wouldn't make sense and he would still do what he said. Okay, let's go. Because he's slow. The same way Pippin didn't get it till the end. And it wasn't until the tree saw that his brothers and sisters had been destroyed that they were all, he said, I knew their language. I spoke to them. These are my friends. These are my family. The way it registered for him, it registered for the tree. You see, sometimes, I don't want to cry. Sometimes it takes a child to explain something to a child. Yeah. And that's why I'm going to leave that, because if I embellish some more, I'm going to break down in tears. And saying that, and it hurt Mr. Tree so much because he said, the wizard should have known better. A wizard knows. The earth. Give me a moment. Everything is living. When I watch movies like this, I usually have this reflection in my life and in my existence. Everything is living, the earth. There are times that I will think of something and my mother would say something, my grandmother would say something, and she would be like, my mom has this funny story that she told me once about everything having ears. The ground has ears, the walls have ears. So what you speak, you should be careful how you speak, because everything that we see with our eyes came from the earth. Some way. Even if you say a machine made this, the machine needed resources to make it and it was pulled from the earth. Even if you say it was a chemical, that chemical came from something that was created by man that came from the earth. Everything comes from the earth. So we don't deal treacherously with nature. And in that moment, I felt that the tree was saying that it's not like we didn't ask you not to use or pluck our fruits or use us to make your little bow and arrow. What happened was like an annihilation. It's like they just came in and just, from the beginning, even the last episode, the last part, the Fellowship of the Ring, we saw them pulling down the trees. Like, even me, I didn't, at the time, I didn't even know that they were living. I just felt this is kind of very, I even till today, I hate seeing it when you just chop down, and nobody is planting more to regenerate the thing that you're being, a lot of medicinal qualities are in the soil. In Nigeria, almost every house has a garden. Like, you have to make something. Now that culture is really dying, which is so bad. I think it should be put into law. If you have a backyard or every home should have a garden. Just grow something, even if it's aloe vera fruits. I had a beautiful aloe vera garden back home. It was so beautiful. I loved it so much. And it didn't take much care that I'll put it in my lotion, my cream, anytime my hair, my acne, it helped so much. Now I can't because of the winter season. It doesn't grow very well. And you have a little pocket of time somewhere that it grows. So that part really touched me. I love seeing nature coming up to the defense of the people. And it sort of makes me feel like several times in the course of humanity, nature has had to provide us with the medicine covering, and we just poison our waters, poison our fountains, like I love how seeing Pippin that time and Merry they were drinking from that fountain and they were growing an inch taller. Like that in itself is a message to our generation. It's not literally drink water and you will grow, but it's like, purify your internal system. Let's keep moving. The friendship between Sam and Frodo was just heightened. And I'm so happy to see loyalty is so important to me. I think that friends who show you loyalty should be respected, and friends who stand the test of time should be appreciated. People might fail and fall along the way. They might not be, because Frodo is changing and he's not the person that Sam remembered. But I think it's so important that Sam, in the face of that change, was able to still see Frodo for who he was and is sticking beside him. I just love that about him. And it touches my heart, and I appreciate friends like that. The reason I appreciate it because I've had in my life personal difficulties where I've had to be a Sam. And it isn't easy because sometimes I've ended friendships because I felt I couldn't see the person when they were changing. And I'm just being honest because I have seen a situation where this person changed completely and I couldn't weather that storm. It hurt me. And when the hurt got too much for me, I had to let go. And I would love to rekindle that friendship. But, sometimes it's easy to hold on when, like I said, Sam is single. He doesn't have children. He doesn't have, there isn't anything. Frodo is his bestie. He's a servant. But imagine a situation if Sam was on a journey with his children, with Frodo, and Frodo was morphing into, at some point Sam would be like, okay, no, I can't let you because you might harm my kids. So I do appreciate seeing Sam in that light. Oh my goodness. When I watch movies like this, I just, okay. So I've got one for my eye and one for my nose. So I just appreciate that. And friends should celebrate other friends and say, when your friends' light shine, be unashamed of celebrating them in a way that don't be afraid to give your friend the limelight. Don't be afraid to say, see Sam basically erased himself from the folktale. He said, people are going to be singing about you. You were there with him all that while, and it didn't occur to Sam that he was part of the story. That just touched me. Seeing Gandalf alive again, fantastic. I love that he came back. Oromir didn't come back, so I guess, because Oromir is human, of course, and he's dead. love seeing that relationship he had with his brother. Made me even love him more, knowing that he didn't want to go after the ring. He was never interested. He was just more concerned with saving his people. His people loved him. The soldiers loved him. His brother loved him. And then I wondered what it would have been like growing up as the older son, that pressure that was put on him to just get the ring. Probably in a hurry too, maybe to get back home before his father said something to his brother. You know, sometimes brothers might raise each other up if they're growing up under a very difficult environment with their fathers, right? The father might be overbearing, hurtful, and he's probably Oromir was probably Faramir's, father-like brother. So he wanted to protect his younger brother. So let me just get this ring and get back before daddy says something to this boy that would discourage him. Not only discourage him, but sometimes favoritism can cause the younger sibling to hate. But you could see that Faramir loved his brother, and even in death, that his brother was no longer alive. He wanted to do something, not to honor his dad, but to honor his brother. He said, my brother supported you guys to destroy this thing. I will give you my support. That was nice. That was really nice. I'm not crying. I'm just so excited. What else do I want to discuss? I think I said everything that I wanted to. That girl should please leave this man alone. And Aragorn coming back. Oh my goodness, that was fantastic. The orcs getting the city. Iroquois. Oh my goodness, that war was just too much for me. It was just too much at every end. I didn't know how these people were going to escape. I was tired of thinking about it. I couldn't see an end in sight. Tens of thousands against what? And they had breached the wall. I'm so happy that Gandalf came. For some reason, I don't know why anytime I think of Gandalf and the wizardry, I think that he can just spit and balls of fire will come out of his mouth, or that his stick will just, destroy so much. I think I'm putting so much emphasis on that stick. I have to really realize that he's a wizard, but he can die too, right? Like, I know he's been alive for years, not thousands, I think hundreds, because he said something about 300 years when he was in the barn with Aragorn. He said 300 years or something as a man, something, and he said something like that. So I was like, oh, he's been alive long too. I always thought he was a man. In the comment section from the last, someone said he's not a man. Said one name, meaning he's been living for a very long time, which I didn't know watching it. I knew he'd lived long as a wizard, but I didn't think he was that, elvish, for lack of a better term. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my reaction, and I did enjoy this. I'm so happy Gandalf is back. Frodo, I can't wait to see that, what happens with him. And I would love to see more about Gollum and Smeagol. Trauma is a very, I like how they showed how sometimes people can defeat their fears or their demons by affirmation, by words of affirmation. Remember when Gollum was alone and he was like, we don't need you, because that care, that protective nature, Frodo had stepped into that position as a protector and a helper. So he didn't need the beast, his split personality. He didn't need that protection anymore because a friend had come. He had been alone for years, just him and that ring. And suddenly now he was saying, I have somebody, I have a friend, I have something. So that what he thought was a betrayal as opposed to seeing Frodo was, because the option was death. They wanted to kill him. So he was like, okay, at least let them capture you and see that you're harmless. And then that was it. But what Frodo didn't know was that they were torturing him and they were beating him up. That pain probably took him back to the time where he was in Mordor, where he was being tortured. Remember, that brought out the split personality. You know, sometimes men and women who suffer maybe sexual abuse in their youth, when they sort of create something else in their mind to protect them, and for as long as that cover is there, they're able to move on normally. And then one thing sets in, that trigger of being betrayed plus the physical pain that they were inflicting on him, took it back and brought back, and he's now like, oh, we're going to kill these people. Sam is a little bit, not even a little bit smart. Sam, he wise Gamgee. That is it. Sam is wise upon wise upon wise. Sam isn't, don't underestimate Sam. Sam saw that Gollum might be unforgiving. Something, and then it's like, okay, listen, let me beg on behalf of Frodo. Frodo might not see that this thing is still, resentful. Let me tell him, please, no hard feelings. This is Frodo. This is what he had to do for this and this. Gollum said, you're telling me? Okay, we shall see. And said, yes, no problem. It's okay. It's okay, nothing. He's still upset. That part, I appreciate Sam for doing that. What took me by surprise in this whole thing, back to Gollum's strength. Gollum single-handedly, remember when Frodo fell into the water and Gollum pulled, I thought it was Sam that would have reached in to pull him out. Frodo was the one. I said Frodo. Gollum was the one who reached in and pulled Frodo out. As skinny as he is, without his lizard cracked looking body, precious thingy. Pulled him out. That in itself, when he was beating both of them, black and blue, I was like, look at this. Look at this lizard. Beating full-blown eating hobbits. With all, that's why calling him fat. The way I'm saying Gollum is ready to eat Sam. You know what I mean? So that physical strength I didn't expect. And when someone is capable of overpowering you, it's not the kind of person you trust easily. That humility is there for as long as the overwhelming desire to take the ring from them isn't around. Once, if they leave Gollum to handle Frodo physically, he'll beat him up. So, I don't know. Another thing I noticed was when they held the elvish rope around Gollum's neck, he was like, he was really, so there's some special power that maybe made him uncomfortable. Maybe it was wrestling with his spirit. Explain that if there was, or maybe he was just being dramatic, because Gollum is something else. Smeagol. Oh. All right, so that's all I think I have to get off my chest. All right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. The full length reactions are over on Patreon, so please go over there, watch it. Look forward to having you there. On to the next.